Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of The Hard Choice, Simple Steps for Showing Up. My name is Brad Draper. I am your host. I am grateful to be with you. Got a little bit of a banger. This one's going to kind of suck, and it's awesome at the exact same time. It's kind of like what I just finished doing, which was the rock in front of my house. For years, we've had mulch. And every year I have to put down new mulch because the mulch fades. Where we live, it's fairly windy, and our street tends to be a little wind tunnel. So it's always windy right there. Just kind of blows the mulch into my window wells, and it's really annoying and blah, 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 blah. And we've always wanted to do rock. But there's a lot of work involved with getting rock, like moving rock. And so we finally ordered it. It was basically the same price as getting more mulch, 1,000% more work. I found out, by the way, garbage trucks have a max lift capacity. I figured that out last week. And I watched the garbage truck lift the trash can and then subsequently put it back down 3 times. So I had to scramble, rush, and clean out and move some mulch and dirt around between trash cans, utilizing neighbors' trash cans. It was a bit of a mad rush. But things in life sometimes just suck. So we brought things in. And in fact, I actually had a cool dad moment amongst all of this. My turning 7-year-old, he turned 7 this month as of the time of releasing this. My 7-year-old really wanted Super Smash Melee or Super Smash Ultimate or whichever one it is on his Switch. We actually did not bring out the Switch his entire life until about a week ago. We didn't really want him to create an addiction to screens, especially video games. I did not grow up on video games. That's partly because we didn't have any video games. The only time I got to do that was when I went to friends' houses for the most part. And he asked to play Super Smash. He actually asked to play Super Mario or Mario Kart. And we laugh and we say, we actually have Mario Kart. And his mind was blown. What? We do? So we pull it out. We've been playing Mario Kart as a family, and he asks to play Super Smash Brothers. I said, what are you going to do to receive it? One thing that I've been teaching my son, keep in mind, my sons are 4.5 and 7. I have been teaching them, you never do work for free. I am fairly convinced that parents use their kids as free manual labor, and that translates as adults into doing things for free, doing things on favors, just doing things that they should get paid for in some form or fashion, maybe not always monetarily, but maybe via energy exchange or direct exchange for something else. You should always get paid in some form or fashion for the work that you do. And I've been teaching our sons this. He's been mowing our lawn for $10. I was actually going to hire a landscaper for $45, and my son said he was curious and wanted to try it. Lo and behold, he's been doing it. And it's been pretty cool to watch. He's actually getting really good at mowing the lawn. I literally just roll the lawnmower out. It's electric, so it's fairly hard to get hurt with that. And I wheel it out. I go back and pick up dog poop and weed whack. By the time I'm back, the front yard's done. And he's currently only doing the front yard. He doesn't use the backyard yet. It's much larger. It's more or less dying. So it is much more difficult for him and not really necessary. However, I asked him, what are you going to do to get this game? This is a $60 game. So I said, how about this? You can help me with mulch. You can help me clear out edge grass. You can help me with the rock, and you can mow for 2 weeks. And he agreed to that. And he's been doing that, which is so cool. He's been doing and executing on the work that he agreed to. In fact, we were out doing mulch, and his friends rolled up and said, hey, man, let's go play. He looked to me, he looked back to them, looked to me, looked back to them, and then said, hey, guys, I'm working. I can play later. That was unprovoked by me. I didn't say anything. I wanted to see what he would do. Fast forward, we got the rock yesterday, 6,000 pounds of rock, 3 tons. And it sucked. It peaked out at 101 degrees apparently yesterday. And it was very hot. And my son helped me for 80% of it. I finally lost him towards the end there. And I get it. It's hard. Pushing rock is hard. It's heavy. He doesn't weigh that much. And I pushed him to the breaking point. We pushed through some tears until finally I lost him. And I said, you can go play with your friends. You go inside, get a drink, hang out, play video games, play the Super Smash Brothers that you have been working for, and get it with your friends. We finished today. Finished the edging and got it all pulled together. It's all done. And lo and behold, that one thing, mulch to rock, huge transformation on the side of my house. Well, in front and my house, on the front and on the side. And how cool it has been to see that change. How cool it's been to have the opportunity to work through and then get on the other end. I have pondered lately this concept that you must be grateful for resistance. You must be grateful for trial, tribulation, hardship, rough patches in life. Because those rough patches, trials, tribulations, chaos, tumult, whatever you want to call it, those things are the bridge to growth and expansion. If you want growth and expansion, the literal only way is to do things you've never done, which means you're going to suck. And two, it's going to be difficult. I was talking to a really good friend yesterday, and he's going through a rough patch. I said, you should be grateful you're going through difficulty and trial with this project, because if it was simple and easy, that would mean that you weren't doing something great. And he sat back. He said, you're probably right. In fact, we were at church on Sunday, and in the congregation, I got up to the microphone. It was kind of what do you want to call it? Like a public sharing of testimony. We actually call it testimony meeting. But it's a public sharing of your personal testimony of Jesus Christ. And I was talking about how grateful I am for trial, because without the trial, there's no growth. Without the trial, I won't become greater. Just like in the gym, if there's no pain, there's no gain, which that's always just such a cliche statement, but it's true. I see so many people that look identical to the way they've looked for years. They don't push themselves. They don't really work hard. They don't sweat, and they don't put themselves in painful situations. They don't push beyond failure. I never see them push. They always can finish all 3 sets at the same energy and capacity that they started it with. That shouldn't be the case. On a leg day, you should hobble out of the gym. When you're doing arms and shoulders, you should barely be able to get your hoodie on, if you even can at all. You should be pushing to the point that you are literally tearing muscle fiber, because that's the only way that it grows. You work hard and then you rest and recover hard. I just took a 25-minute nap. And I made mention the other day that somebody said, oh man, I need a nap. I said, me too. I'm actually going to go home and do that. And they laughed. I said, no, I'm serious. I'm going to go home and take a nap now. I try really hard. It's actually scheduled in my day to take a 25-minute nap at a minimum every day, 7 days a week. That allows me to have the energy and capacity for the second half of the day. I do it halfway through the day. I do it around noontime. How important it is to work hard and rest hard. But you can't sit back and say you despise the pain, the trial, the tribulation, the rough parts, and then praise for the growth and the expansion. That doesn't work. You need one to get to the other. There is no expansion without stretching. There is no growth gained, muscular growth gained, mental growth gained, without being torn in some form or fashion. You can look at these painful times and look at them as painful or hard. You can also look at them as pleasurable or hard. Different kind of hard there. You know what I'm saying. But it's true, right? It's the way you view something. It's the lens to which you are gazing at it. It's this whole concept that I've underlined everything with, which is where you focus, you find. Are you focusing on this is hard, this is difficult, I hate this? Or are you going through the rainstorm, dancing in the rain, saying, I'm so grateful for this opportunity of growth and expansion? One goes much easier than the other. One is much more slick and smooth with greasing the skids than the other. One is going to really, really suck. And one, yeah, it's going to suck, but it won't be so bad. And you're actually going to go through with great ease. It's amazing how you change the way you view something, and what you view changes. The environment never changed, just you changed. And that makes all of the difference. It's important for you to understand that how you view life, how you view opportunity, how you view these things makes a difference. It's getting these dirty reps in. It's doing the things that are not seen by the world. It's done behind closed doors. It's doing the meditations. It's doing the prayers when the doors are closed. It's the countless hours of study and sacrifice and work and effort, and all the times the alarm went off before the sun came up and before everybody else in the world was up. You were up. You were the one chasing your dreams. You were the one taking action because you had the thought, and that action led to opportunity. It's these dirty reps that you constantly execute on day in, day out. It's not sexy. It's not glamorous. It just needs to get done. And in fact, if you don't get it done, you're not getting to where you're trying to go. You're just going to stay in the same old spot in life, kind of like my friend that I talked about a little bit ago that's still doing the same job. Yeah, he's scaled a little bit in the career, but he's doing the same thing. And we have the same conversations that we did 20 years ago. Literally. It doesn't change. Nothing changes. And when I ask what's changed, he says nothing. That's so sad to me when so much potential is there, but it's untapped, it's unutilized, and it's left to waste. I want you to extract everything out of life. I want you to wring that thing till it's dry and it's tearing. Extract all the juice, get everything out, and then build beauty. It is amazing what you will accomplish when you get the dirty reps in, when you just keep executing and you change the way you look at life. It changed the way you look at opportunities and difficulty. Try it. Let me know what you think. See what happens in your world when you do that. Reach out to me. My name on social medias handle is Mr. Brad Draper. I would love to have a conversation. Leave me a review. It is the only way this show grows. Like this thing, subscribe to it, download it for future listenings. Until next week, I love you guys. Bye.